Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Just a couple things where Congressman Doug Collins, our conversation is concerned. The strategy, I guess, is not to shut the government down because you know what kind of lies and mess it will be turned into by the media. You know, if you shut the government down right now, the media, Trump had success. And I'm going to say this and let you decide out there, and you tell me. I'd love to hear from you. 706-889-9700, chief@FetcherNews.com. Follow me on Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. But I'd love to hear from you because Trump is the first president I'm aware of that actually had success in turning it into a Democrat shutdown. Now, he did. He turned it into a Democrat shutdown. Schumer flinched. Trump jumped all over it. And no matter what you say, Trump was successful and turning it into a Schumer shutdown. Whether Trump could turn around at the end of September and not sign a spending bill and call it a Democrat shutdown, I'm not for sure. And I think that's where the strategy of the Republicans is, let's get the spending bill done and get through November. You and I pay attention. Most people don't. So Obama, the headline would read, Obama and Democrats work together to avoid government shutdown. Republicans, no matter what, the headline will read, Republicans shut the government down over funding for a border wall and keeping people out. And when governments do provide the funding and they sign a spending bill, it will be, the headlines will be, Republicans don't care about spending. Spending goes through the roof as Republicans pass another enormous spending bill. So it's one way or the other, but Republicans could lose on this, and that could be the strategy. I, for one, think there should be border wall funding in here, period, completely. I believe the American people voted for that, and it's time for Congress to give the American people what they voted for. Two things the American people voted for. They want the whole gang Hillary is related to investigated and put away. They didn't want, they did not want or anticipate an investigation into their president. They voted for Hillary and her gang to be investigated, and they also voted and put Donald Trump in office because he promised to secure the border. So the one thing I will say that disappoints me with Republicans, when I ask how can you talk about promises kept, the congressman is actually accurate when he says, look, that's easy. If you look, the government has gotten out of the way. But the government has gotten out of the way. Deregulation, Dodd-Frank on the banking, deregulation, we've gotten out of the way. There's so many things we have passed, funded the military, so on and so forth, that are so positive that look at the economy, tax reform, so on, and the list goes on. But I think America wants to end its relationship with Planned Parenthood. You can tell me I'm wrong, but I think we want to defund Planned Parenthood. And the one thing they can never answer us accurately is why the wall is not fully funded, and the Republicans have had the opportunity to defund Planned Parenthood, and they have not. Now, the congressman explains the struggle of that on the other side where the Senate needs 60 votes. Okay? He's explained that. We understand that here. We accept your explanation. The Senate needs 60 votes. But in some ways, it may be time to say to the House of Representatives, you know what? We did our job. We promised our voters. See, maybe it's time that the Doug Collins and the other congressmen in the country say, you know what? The 9th District said, I want Planned Parenthood defunded, and that's what I'm going to do. So if this does not defund Planned Parenthood, I'm going to vote no. Why? Because I'm telling you, I'm here to represent the people of the 9th District, and they have said no. Same thing with border wall. Maybe it is. Maybe it's time to send that across the aisle and put it on the Senate. And let the Senate decide if they're going to shut the government down. We'll see at the end of September here. So let's get back. So I hope Republicans well. House of Representatives, this is what I think. If the Republicans retain the House, because there is going all over social media, I don't know if you know who he is, but his name's Ken Cuccinelli. And Ken Cuccinelli, I think he ran for Senate in Virginia, if I remember right. He's a Virginia state senator. He has been a Virginia state senator. May have been the Virginia Attorney General at one time. I'm not for sure, but Ken Cuccinelli, I have to look up everything on him. He is coming to Georgia to kindly campaign for Jim Jordan as Speaker of the House. Now, here's what I think all representatives. Now, my representative is Doug Collins, so that's all I can speak to. But here's what I think all Republican representatives should do. Is you should ask all of your Republican Party, local Republican Party, county party chairs to do a vote, a fair vote for Speaker of the House. And then the representative in that district should, honor what his or her district wants as Speaker of the House. For example, Jim Jordan, or is it Kevin McCarthy? Okay, McCarthy or Jordan. I think there's 20 counties in the 9th District. I think all 20 counties. The GOP chair, should do a fair, very fair, open, election for Speaker of the House. Put the ballot there, and people go to the meeting that are Republicans and vote for who they want Speaker of the House. And then out of the 20 counties, they turn around, they say, Congressman, your district, your Republican caucus here in your district has overwhelmingly or voted that they would like to have so-and-so as Speaker of the House. I would like to see it that way this time. I think Republicans should make a better promise to their Republican friends, okay, than what has happened. I mean, we've gotten John Boehner, and we've gotten John Boehner, and sorry for that. I didn't turn the volume off this morning. That was my big mistake. But we've gotten John Boehner and Paul Ryan for Speaker of the House. I think Republicans need to step up if they win and make a decision who they want this time, not just who. See, you got to say it like this, and I regret saying it in a way that sounds disrespectful to my congressman, and I'm serious about that because I like my congressman. But reality is, a different Speaker of the House, you may lose committee chairmanship, you may not get the same committee assignments, and you may lose some of the power. But we did not send you to Congress so you could have certain committeeship, chair certain committees, and have certain power. We sent you there to represent us. So that being said, and it's all for nothing, okay, if the the Republicans lose. You take, for example, Congressman Doug Collins. He has never been in the House of Representatives with the Republicans on the minority side of the aisle. Never has. So these people are nervous, if they tell the truth about it, all of them, of what it would be like on the other side of the aisle. Same thing in Georgia with Stacey Abrams. Now, I've been overwhelmingly telling everybody, hey, where is Stacey Abrams? Will North Georgia have a governor? Well, I do know this. I think it's October 7th. The candidate for lieutenant governor, Sarah Riggs Amico, for lieutenant governor of Georgia, she will be in Gilmer County. I know that. So I guess I'm like the Paul Revere of North Georgia. The Democrats are coming. The Democrats are coming, and you need to pay attention. I want to get my priorities straight and clear for my last 30 minutes. So I'm going to take a break. We're going to come back and try to wrap up this last 30 minutes with some things that are happening currently. I want to go around the internet. So take us a break, Josh.